If you've been looking at homes in Broadview Heights and you keep seeing a community named MacIntosh Farms pop up, there's probably a reason for that. And I'm going to tell you what it is right now. MacIntosh Farms is one of the most known planned communities in the southwest suburbs of Cleveland. And we're going to walk it through. We're going to give you the real pros, the real cons, and zero sales pitch. My name's Rich Ganim. I run the Ganim Group right here in Northeast Ohio, and I have sold homes all across these south suburbs. So we are going to dive right into what makes MacIntosh so great and what other people might steer away from. MacIntosh Farms is a planned residential community in Broadview Heights in the southwest suburbs, right near North Royalton, Richfield, and Hinckley border. It was established in 1986 and was built over the following 2 decades. What makes this place different from your typical suburb is the scale of it. We're talking over 380 acres and 933 total living units. It's going to be a mix of single-family homes, detached cluster homes, and some condominiums. There are 6 different sub-communities inside MacIntosh Farms as well. And the reason people specifically seek out this place, it's not the price, it's what comes with it. So let's start with the thing that separates MacIntosh from almost every other neighborhood in this price range. And it's going to be the amenities. There are 3 swimming pools and each one has a different feel. One has a lap pool area. The other one is accompanied with a playground, and the third also has a tennis and basketball courts. There's a community center, which they've creatively named the Red Barn. You'll see why in the video. Then there's residents can rent that out for private events. There's also paved walking paths throughout the entire community, ponds, and an outdoor amphitheater. That's not what you typically get in a Broadview Heights community in this price point. So you're essentially buying into a lifestyle as much as you're buying into a house. MacIntosh Farms also feeds into the North Royalton City School District. Again, this is a well-regarded school district in Cuyahoga County with strong academics, solid reputation, and for buyers moving into the area with kids, this consistently comes up as a deciding factor. Something unique about MacIntosh Farms that you don't quite leave the community as your life changes, and that's interesting. If you're downsizing from a bigger single-family home, there are condo options within the same community. If you're growing into more space and you started in the condo, you can move into the larger single-family homes. There's also the villas of MacIntosh Farms and Barnsley Way. Different price points, different square footage, all under the same master HOA umbrella, which is a rare thing. You only ever see that in Broadview Heights across the street in New Hampton. And this creates a real sense of long-term community because people have bought here for the last 20 years and they stayed and they just moved from one section to the next. And if you've watched my videos on Brecksville, Broadview Heights, you know the Cuyahoga Valley National Park is a lot. From MacIntosh Farms, you can get to the Brecksville Reservation in about 10 minutes and the National Park in about 14. So you're super close to hiking, biking, waterfalls, the towpath, and world-class outdoor access without leaving the suburb. And if you're into golf, within 10 minutes, you can get to Hinckley Hills, Ironwood, Briarwood, and Seneca. So if that matters to your lifestyle, this location is really hard to beat. Another cool thing is because this place was established in 1986, the landscaping is mature, the walking paths are well established, and there's an active community association that actually manages these common areas. A lot of newer developments, they feel like they're still kind of finding their identity, and sometimes things can be left unkept. Not in MacIntosh Farms, though. Buyers feel that immediately when they tour the community. Now, speaking of HOA, let's talk about it because it's the number one thing that buyers ask about. MacIntosh Farms does have a master association plus individual sub-associations depending on where in the community you're at. So those sub-associations have a monthly fee on top of the mortgage, taxes, and insurance. And this fee is going to cover landscaping and snow removal, and HOAs also have restrictions. So walking paths, different things you can and can't do. You can't park an RV in your driveway, for example, or, do something ridiculous to your exterior. So if that's what you want, this probably isn't your community, and those fees probably aren't going to be a pleasant one to pay. Now, you are in Broadview Heights, and yet you're in the North Royalton School District. And I want to be straightforward on this because it's something that we get asked all the time. MacIntosh Farms is in the North Royalton School District, not Brecksville, Broadview Heights. But again, North Royalton schools are solid. But if you're comparing neighborhoods and school districts and you specifically want Brecksville, Broadview Heights, then you're going to have to, unfortunately, rule MacIntosh Farms out. The county or the district line does run through Broadview Heights, and like its counterpart, New Hampton, MacIntosh Farms falls on the North Royalton side. So keep that in mind. I've done a video on North Royalton talking about it, and Broadview Heights and the New Hampton. Now, in MacIntosh, you're also going to pay a premium compared to other parts of Broadview Heights or even North Royalton, because you're also paying for amenities and the community infrastructure that are in such high demand. So if you're on a tighter budget, there are some solid neighborhoods in the surrounding area that I might point you towards, because MacIntosh Farms isn't that entry-level price point unless you're looking for one of the attached homes. Now, inventory moves pretty quickly in MacIntosh, and that's because people who live there tend to stay and because demand is steady. So when available units are available and they're priced right, they're going to move quickly. That means you need to be pre-approved and you need to be ready to move quickly. And more than anything, you need to be working with an agent that knows what's going on in the community before homes get listed. And that's the part that we do the most. So if you're wondering, after all of this, is MacIntosh Farms the right fit for me? Well, if you want amenities that you're actually going to use, a community that's established and well taken care of, and in a great school district with great outdoor space, this is going to check all those boxes. But if you're not sure about the HOA, or you want more flexibility in what you can actually do with your property, or the budget needs more room, we should talk about some other communities in Broadview Heights and the surrounding area that might be great options for you. Either way, I'm here. There's a link in the description that'll take you to a full Broadview Heights breakdown on my website, as well as all the current listings of what homes are actually selling for. And of course, if you want to talk through your specific situation, go ahead and reach out. There's never any pressure. There's never any sales pitch. Just a real conversation about where you're at and how we can help you get where you want to go. If you saw this video as helpful, hit subscribe, because every week I'm going to give you a new video covering a new neighborhood that's going to give you everything you need to know about what it's like to live here in Northeast Ohio. I'll see you on the next one.